It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Miami Dolphins on Thursday night.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Miami Dolphins. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather, and we are underway from Miami. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
The secret to his game and his success, incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys who catches passes with him. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet it before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
Throwing to start here is Tua. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Tua. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Cedric Wilson, 71 yards. And the Dolphins need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. after the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. A toss left, Henry. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And this time will be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5 now. Tannehill. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Going to the right here and finding Burks. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Here's Tannehill. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly, meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him? They were on him in a hurry.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. His pass caught at the 4. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Henry again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They'll run. It's Henry. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Derrick Henry taking it in from a yard out. And the Titans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An early decision point here, Charles. Maybe one we'll look back on later. They go on 4th and goal, and they punch it in for the touchdown.
We always talk about how football is a game of confidence, and that's how you get it right there. Leave your offense out there and tell them I believe in you. And they pay it off with 6 points.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 45 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice. Or maybe even routes versus air. Because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell us ended with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here,
And I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll start with a give to Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And some room to work. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. Again, it's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
(10-7) our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It's not football about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. That's to Burks, and he's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee. An 11-yard touchdown as they have taken the lead. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Treylon Burks capping things off with a touchdown catch. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Tua on the bootleg here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Harold Landry in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. They begin with Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play. They'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I love the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Let's focus in on what we got to do here. Let's play. Let's play.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up Sackett.
Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill, and his throw here is incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And incomplete on the deep ball. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
At their own 14-yard line.
He'll look to Mostert to start things out.
Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Tua going to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
114 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And the busy night for Henry continues. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Henry up the middle. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Tannehill now to throw. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Tannehill finding Woods for the Titans' first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tannehill.
Another target and catch for Robert Woods.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. And he can't hang on to it. And the screen never got started.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Running the slant, that's Hooper.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, Tannehill. And that's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And some room to maneuver.
And they are into field goal range now as he's got the 1st down at the 26.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the 2nd half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this 1st half as the kick is away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Gonna look deep for Wilson. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando and the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Titans in that 1st half. And it's been the running game that's pushed them to this halftime lead. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Henry again on second down. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Tannehill on third down. This will go to Henry out wide. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Inside handoff, Henry. And this is going to be a Titans first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he's got room. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 160 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Running left, it's Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown of the night. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead now up to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Let's be smart. Let's be smart.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Miami. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Tannehill on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Titans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marginal of yardage against them.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Henry will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Miami set to take over. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Out to the right here to Wilson. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
2 to throw again. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nailed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. He completes it to Henry.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now a handoff to Henry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A give to Henry. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, Tannehill. Then he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Miami.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. That's Phillips. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Here's Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Down here in the red zone, your tight end's going to be a favorite target.
And sometimes you just have to get out of their head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Tannehill to the sideline. Randy Bullock out now for the Tennessee field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Bullock's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points, because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Tua.
He's got Wilson, middle of the field. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Miami Dolphins. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
And that nearly troubled, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down.
And defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39. 2 big plays in succession, and the Dolphins on the move. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Amari Hooker. And the Titans are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll start with a give to Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They keep it with Henry on first down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Titans on third down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Tannehill. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
1 yard gain brings us 2nd and 9.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Tannehill. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Big Raekwon Davis, the man fighting in for that sack.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Catch made right side by Wilson. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Try to get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. One final try for Tagovailoa. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.